Welcome back to another video, everybody. Today we are going to be unmodifying and fixing the Rally Miata. If you guys haven't seen, in the last video we off-roaded this car and we broke it. We blew up the water pump. No longer pumping water, it overheats every, 2 seconds. Not a huge issue, it just kind of sucked the timing of things because it kind of broke right when we got there. We didn't get much driving, but you should still go watch that video because it was fun. Did some cool off-roading. It wasn't anything that crazy. There was just one really cool hill that I went up. It was very, very steep and I bottomed out. And then that's when I blew up the water pump because it was on red line for a couple seconds. But as I said, we are also unmodifying this thing. We are going to be removing the Supercharger. Kind of a sad day, but I need the money. The Supercharger's worth a lot. And it's not necessary on this vehicle for off-roading, which is what we're gonna be using it for. With two-wheel drive, I don't have enough traction to need a ton of power. The stock 116 horsepower is plenty for off-roading in the mud. So that is why we are pulling off the Supercharger. Before we do anything though, we do need to clean it, because as you can tell, I got it painted another color in swamp mud. It's disgusting. And look in here, it's even worse down here. God, it's everywhere. All of this will be going bye-bye. And then we have to tear into there to fix the water pump. So yeah, let's go ahead, drive down the road to the car wash, which I hopefully won't overheat on the way. It's not that far, should be fine. Wash the car, come back and start working on it. Still runs fine, it's gotta be fast. Not perfect, but it is much better than before. I can at least work on it without getting really gross. And look, the engine bay looks like really clean now. Damn, this is the cleanest it's been in a while. I think the first step is gonna be tearing off the Supercharger. I'm giving myself half an hour to pull it off. I think I can do it. And voila! The Rally Miata is no longer supercharged. RIP. But look at all that space! All this stuff is still in good condition. A little dirty, but still in good condition, so I will be selling it all. But if you guys are interested, I'm going to be asking $2,500. Complete bolt-on kit for any 1.6 Miata to make 170 to 180 wheel horsepower. Now that the easy part is over, it's time to start tearing into the motor and get that water pump out of there.
Chooky beef.
The water pump seems fine. I don't really know much about water pumps, but there's no play in it. It rotates perfectly. There's no like gouges on the thing or anything. It seems like the water pump is fine. What if it was just a thermostat? What if I did all this work to replace the water pump when it was just a thermostat? I never checked the thermostat. I just figured that the radiator was cold, the bottom radiator hose was cold, the top radiator hose was cold, so I figured that it had to be broken. Either way, we already tore it apart. Water pump's like 30 bucks, so we'll get a new water pump, put it in there. We'll get a new thermostat. We'll redo the timing belt, which hopefully I remember how to time it correctly, and then, yeah, we're all good. But I might have wasted a lot of time and a little bit of money today by tearing this all apart when it didn't need to be torn apart. So, yeah, lovely. While I wait for the new water pump to arrive, I am actually going to be reinstalling the snorkel that we made. But we're putting it back on a little bit differently because I found my stock Miata airbox. So now I can run the snorkel into the stock Miata airbox, have a filter there, and then run it into the engine. Previously, I just ran it straight from the snorkel into the engine and there was no filter, which obviously isn't good when you're off-roading. So now we can go snorkel, airbox, engine, have a filter, and it's just gonna be nice. Pretty much what we have to do is we have to install this, make a little adapter something for this thing, because it's a square, dumb thing, and then get a little tube that goes from there into the snorkel. It's gonna be a real hard install, guys. Oh no, oh. Okay, it's installed. And the car is put back together, or at least the engine is. Timing belt's on, water pump's in, everything's torqued down, the new belts are on, power steering pump tensioner, I made that. It's full of water. Now's the moment to find out if I timed it correctly. So yeah, it starts up and runs and drives just fine. No longer overheats because we replaced the water pump that was not broken and we replaced the thermostat that was broken. There's a lesson for all of you guys. Make sure to check the little things before assuming it's a big problem. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is hop in the car, drive it around, and start tuning it. Obviously, the ECU is used to running a supercharger, which it doesn't run bad right now, but there are some things, some issues that I want to fix. So I'm gonna try to tune it. We'll see how that goes. And would you look at that? The O2 sensor isn't working. I kind of need that to tune. It's so quiet. There's a pretty big rattle in the exhaust. I guess I drive it around, hope the O2 sensor starts to work. But even without a tune, it's so much more drivable on the streets. It's nice. It really is. It'd be nicer if the O2 worked. It's definitely weird because I'm used to like just suddenly feeling a surge of power when the supercharger kicks in, and it's not there. It's definitely slow, but all right. After going over some big bumps, the O2 sensor finally started to work. So pretty much now all I do is I set the ECU to auto tune and it literally tunes itself. All I have to do is drive around, try to get into as many different load scenarios as I possibly can, and the ECU will tweak itself to make sure that the AFRs are always good. It's so convenient. It already is driving so much better. It's crazy. It's really cool how it does this. This thing drives so nicely. Cool, so yeah, Rally Miata is no longer supercharged and it's driving great. That's the one cool thing about supercharged cars. It's so easy to uninstall and install the supercharger. It took me 30 minutes to take the supercharger off, tune it for another 30 minutes, and it's good as new. I totally forgot how freaking quiet this car is. The loudest thing on it was the supercharger. There's no noise now, especially with the stock airbox. So yeah guys, that's it. The Rally Miata is no longer supercharged. I'm sad, you guys are sad, we're all sad. This thing was really cool when it was supercharged, but I have to do what I have to do. I need to be able to afford the finishing of the drift truck. Plus, soon enough, it will be getting a four-wheel drive something, or all-wheel drive something, either a Subaru engine or something else. Something cool will be happening with it in the future. It's just gonna be naturally aspirated for a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a like. If you didn't enjoy, give it a dislike. I'm going to my cousin's wedding in Montana this weekend, so there might not be very many videos this weekend. When I get back, the drift truck should be finished though, so that's gonna be awesome. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out and goodbye.